Hello and welcome to another episode of Binding Roll, where we play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the world of the 9th Age. If you are unfamiliar with the 9th Age, it is a tabletop wargaming rank and flank strategy game, which I love very much and I play all the time, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to. If you are interested, please go to the link in the description below, and that will get you all the information you need. But tonight, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we have a new, I guess, permanent player in this campaign. Load is joining us for the long haul, and we are very happy to have you. I think Will wanted to, but he is the time difference is just too much to overcome. I know he actually messaged me. He's going to start doing his own YouTube stuff. So we'll keep an eye out for that. When he gets it up and running, we'll give him a shout out. But Load, welcome to the journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys very much for having me. Really looking forward to it. It's been fun.
So the way we start this out every time is, did we level up last episode? I can't remember.
We can if you want us to.
Nah,
10's a round number.
Nah, I'm not going to give you a level up.
Okay.
But we need to go around the room and talk about what we are drinking. And I'll go ahead and start this time. The classic Corona Extra. Sunset, what do you got?
I am drinking a strawberry banana parfait kettle sour from Fieldwork. Let's see if it'll...
I love kettle sour. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it is quite delicious, and it's got, let's see if this will actually display properly. It's got this nice deep red color.
Ooh, that is dark. That is dark.
Yeah. So
and an impressive
tasty
mug.
That is an impressive mug. I wish I had a mug that cool. Sam, what are you drinking?
See if this will zoom in right.
Ooh.
Thor's hammer. That is very appropriate for this game. Load, how about you?
All right, so let's crack that there. I have a... Come on, people. We're going to get there.
All of you are
not.
using the
Right.
fake backgrounds. There goes Amber. I see Amber there.
Yeah, so it is... This is probably my favorite beer. It is Dead Horse Amber. Amber Ale from Moab Brewery down in Moab, Utah. Maybe some people are familiar with that place. It's like where all the Red Rock arches and stuff like that are. But yes, this is an excellent beer. Very much looking forward to it.
Excellent. And lastly, Kaylin, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a BJ's Jeremiah Red. Nice Arstage Red Ale.
Ooh. All right. So I think we're all... Oh, of course your camera has to go off, Kaylin. Of course it does.
Yep.
Let's
This
fix
is-
that.
This is your software issue. It's not my
I know.
fault this time.
I don't know why it keeps doing that, but I'll figure it out eventually. But let's do a quick recap of what happened last week, or actually 2 weeks ago. The trio, Sunset, Sam, and Kaylin, went down into the catacombs. They found a like undeadified Jacques, which they helped him with the amulet, and then when they decided they needed that amulet, they murdered him brutally. Which I should come to expect from this group. When they traveled down further into the catacombs, they ran into 2 dwarves that had been marooned in the catacombs. One of which was Load, and the other was Uvrit. They joined they were marooned there by Calypso. And then they joined the group and traveled further into the catacombs to find and eliminate the third Doer's sister, which they found, Dorothea. in the bottom of the catacombs with her undead husband or groom, and they were attempting to raise something, or they had this giant brazier of like a black hole that was pure blackness inside of it, and they had a bunch of like zombified bodies draining blood into it. But that was successfully thwarted. You ran out the side door, fell through basically like the collapsing sand beneath them that fed into an underground river. Along the way, they noticed a very peculiar goblin, and then they were ejected out into Cantemont Bay, where they looked up at the city to see the city skyline and also the things in the city had changed. The largest tower had been broken in the keep, and there was just less people and less boats in the dock. And that is where we find ourselves. 1 second, folks. I'm just gonna unplug that. Okay, so you guys are in the bay. What would you like to do?
I mean, I think we swim back towards the docks.
I would very much like to get out of the bay, yes. Let's do that.
Or just like the closest land. Pull up that map there.
You were ejected out, so let's go to the map real quick after I fix Kalen's thing again. Oh, that fixed itself. There we go. Let's go to the map.
Little yellow square, is that kind of where we came out?
Yes. The yellow square here, beneath Cove Watch, is where you were ejected, and you're basically like... Let me mark where you are in the bay. It doesn't really matter that much, but you're, I don't know, 100 yards into the bay. Yeah, you can go back toward either bank on the sides of the river. You're definitely closer to the west bank where you were ejected from, and you're second closest to the docks, and you're third closest to the bank on the other side, on the east side of Cantemont.
I mean, it seems like the docks and the other side are too far away for what we're going for here.
And dwarves are not the best swimmers.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe you just go towards this closest building area where I'm pinging on the map, and then just go through the gate.
Okay.
Dripping wet.
Sounds reasonable, provided it's actually traversable. I don't know how cliffy the surrounding area is.
So this is definitely because the secret door here to the catacombs is where you guys know where that is.
Yeah.
That's, I would say, like 2 stories, 2 flights of stairs off the edge of the cove. There is a small path that leads along the water that will lead you up to where the houses begin outside of the walls of the city.
Okay. Yeah, I think we just go that way.
Yep. Works for me.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep,
All right,
let's,
everyone.
get out of the water.
Everyone, give me an athletics check. Oh my goodness,
Ooh,
Kaelen,
okay.
you're
That's what
freaking-
we're going with.
But
Yeah, which is funny because you mentioned that dwarves don't swim very well, but Lode's athletics is +9, and he gets advantage on them. So
So I
Well,
might
he's a
be really
barbarian.
good.
He's a seeker. He can do whatever he wants.
I got a
he's an Olympic
5.
swimmer.
20.
7.
I'm off again.
I
I am the
that
Michael
is
Phelps of dwarves.
16. Oh, wait, sorry. No.
Is that a high enough score
11.
to grab Sam?
All right.
Does it
So,
look like
so
he
what did everyone roll?
particularly
Give me your rolls again.
20.
7.
5.
11.
Okay, so everyone, you make it pretty easily over there. Kaylin, you're struggling a little bit. You get some water in your mouth. You choke. Get some. Yeah, you do some dog paddling. But you do make it. You do make it to the coast here. You are now, that secret entrance is on a ledge about 2 stories above you, and it's very close to where you were ejected from, because there's still a stream of water like shooting out into the bay now, landing in the bay from that underground river that's continuing to flow. There's no one around. There's no one around, and you're pretty safe to go.
Anybody in need of healing?
Jeez, I don't even know.
I'm at
50%.
Yeah, about half. 23 out of 57.
I mean, I'm gonna complain about my 41 out of 56. So.
Which seems on brand.
Yeah, that's. Yep.
Load is fine.
So we'll take a moment. I'll use my healer's actions to 1d6 plus 4 plus equal to number of hit dice you have, which I don't think anyone's used, so it'd be 9. So you get 13 plus 1d6. So.
All right, go ahead and heal that up.
I can't use that again until you've done like a short rest or a long rest. So I can't actually use it on myself because I've already used it.
Okay.
I'm at 21 to 58.
Let's see here.
Who's that actually going on? I missed that part.
Yeah, everyone
everybody?
everyone gets a healing. So just do 13 plus a d6.
Okay.
Give me a second, guys.
I gotcha.
There you go. My headphones decided to go.
17.
All right.
Thank you very much, Kaylin.
You're
If I
welcome.
roll a 2 or higher, I think I regain all of my health.
I'm at 69 HP.
I rolled a
I
4.
had to say it.
I definitely regain all of it. Said it was 13 plus the d6,
D6.
right?
Correct.
So that should be 17. Yep, that puts me at full.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
So you stop at the banks of the river and you kind of set up a little camp and like apply some bandages, dry out your clothes, kind of that situation, and it goes well. And you're now ready to roll. Where do you want to head?
I mean, I'm just kind of going with them as far as I know.
Oh, and I wanted to say Uvrit is still with you guys. He's he didn't just disappear in the bay, so he is alive. He is with you.
He drowned.
Okay.
Isn't he like the worst off? It doesn't he only have like 1 HP?
He's not very talkative right now.
That's true.
We're just dragging him
His
along.
character.
He successfully swam to shore, so he's fine. But he's with you. He's just as
Yes, he has
bewildered
1
and
HP.
beat up as everyone. How much
Uvrit,
HP does it
go
get back
breach
with?
the city gate. We'll watch.
How much
got
HP
this.
did you heal with your thing? Your healer's action?
13 plus
1d6 plus, yeah, 1d6 plus 13.
So he gets 19 HP back. He's at 20.
Nice.
Oh, you rolled 6. Cool.
All right. As you're conversing, as you're drying out your clothes and applying bandages, Uvrit makes it known that he wishes to return to the keep because he discovered that the king's son had died.
Is he leaving straight from here?
I mean, he expresses those wishes, but he needs to figure out his life. Like, let's get back to the. He needs to get back to the inn, the Unicorn's Bounty.
You did the best you could.
He wants to go to the keep or the inn?
The inn. He wants to go to the inn. I'm sorry.
The inn. Okay.
Because that's where that's the rest of his belongings are. Yeah.
That's probably a good call. Stop at the inn first, rest up, and then we can head for the keep in the morning.
If anything's still left there, right? Isn't it just like a pile of rubble?
That's true.
We'll figure that out tomorrow, too.
Get our
I
stuff
mean,
first.
let's see. How many times would I have to do it? Because I can take one person with me each time.
Oh man, are we teleporting?
Well, so I think in order to actually do it, I would have to figure out a way back out of the keep each
You don't have
time.
enough slots.
Assuming, yeah, I don't have enough slots to teleport both ways.
Yeah.
Not that I would want to teleport out of the keep, because that would cause damage to stuff in the keep.
It might.
But I think I could do it 4 times. Oh, no. I could actually do it 7 times.
This is not your cape thing. This is the
This is Thunderstep.
Thunderstep. Okay.
Okay, so if you could do it 7 times, that's enough for. You really only need to do it, what, 5 times?
Well,
Oh no, there's only. You
There's
bring
only-
2 of us. 2 of us. So
well-
you only need to do 3. You do 3. There, back, and there, and then that's brings everyone. Right?
well, no, because I can only do 1 additional person, including me. So I have to do it.
Oh, we
4
saw movement, so
times
you need 4 times
there.
plus the road trip. So.
While Kaylin and Sunset are arguing about how many times Sunset can do this, we start walking towards the inn. I
Okay.
imagine this actual argument is happening in character while we're walking. Sunset's like, I could do it. I only have to cast it like
A
starts
bajillion
counting.
times.
I think I could do
So
it.
to get to
Actually, no, I actually could do it. I could legitimately do it. I just realized something else that would let me actually do it.
Anyway.
So as
Yeah.
Kaylin and Sunset are conversing, Sam's kind of sitting there observing the conversation. Lo just starts walking toward the city gate, specifically the Peasant's Gate, which is this gate right here.
Because it's the closest.
As you start coming to where the more built up part of the city is, I need you to take a perception check.
Okay. Perception. This is not my character sheet. Stand by.
Oh, this is
Just
not
looking
the
at
song I
Google Docs.
wanted. Dark.
All right, perception. Crit fail. 6. We're starting
okay.
off strong again.
As you walk toward the gate, you
It's those wisdom
notice
rolls, man.
you notice definitely that this is where the poor contingent of Cantamont, the serfs, the underclass, are relegated to. It is pretty disgusting and filthy here. The streets are made of dirt, and that has turned into mud, which these shanty buildings have been built on top of. As you're walking the streets, it's pretty deserted, but you see a few eyes peek out from cracked doorways and cracked windows. You see a few children notice you and scurry off back and behind the buildings away from sight. It's a pretty dreary sight.
I feel like I don't notice any of that because I crit failed, but maybe that's mostly
You're-
from the smell.
You're too enamored by the conversation between me and Kaylin.
Annoyed? Was that what you said?
There was more.
Annoyed?
There was more information, but you neglected to notice it.
Yeah, it's all good. I do notice that, but I'm too annoyed by what's going on behind me to really absorb much of it. Good to know. So I haven't really been in the city yet, have I? Well, I guess we
you
have because
you have.
yeah,
You
our
spent
stuff.
the majority of your time in the docks area and in the The unicorn's bounty, but that was months ago, right? You were in the catacombs for months, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so long before we
Okay.
even arrived here.
Mm-hmm. So you're about halfway to the gate. What do Sunset, Sam, and Kaylin want to do?
I mean, I assume we're just walking with them
Okay.
while this.
Yeah, I would say briskly
argument.
walking to the gate, and yeah, I don't think anyone will recognize that we killed like the peasant cleric dude guy. So whatever, just keep going.
I need all three of you to take a perception check.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, god damn it.
6.
Add a +4. 8.
Jesus, you guys are
That's
rolling
a
poorly.
crit fail.
It's been a long day, man.
for a
I'm really
total
tired.
Of 5, 6.
Just like
I can
try
give
not
you-
to fall down.
You notice basically the same thing as load. You definitely notice that you feel like in the since the two or 3 days since you were here. No, it must have been more than that. Maybe 3 or 4 days since you've been to the peasant gate.
Yep.
It seems like it's gotten worse.
Worse?
Yeah,
In terms
there's
of the
less people. The roads are a little worse. Yeah, it's a little concerning, but
This is, of course, assuming we haven't had some sort of time jump.
so as you
Yeah, based on our perceptions, we would not have noticed anything about any time jumps.
as you approach the gate, the peasant's gate, all the three of you are surprised to find the gate shut and barred, with no guards on the outside. This is a giant wooden, a foot thick gate made of timber. And you look up to see the top of the gate, and there's no one really up there. The gate's just closed.
anybody around? Like, hey, you. No, why?
Do-
Well, how long has the gate been closed?
You as you say that to a peasant sitting on what looks like an upturned barrel or a bucket, looks up at you and he says, the gate's always closed unless they need workers in the city. The gate hasn't been open for weeks.
Could be true.
Well, we last remember seeing the gate 4 days ago.
Oh.
How
So
about that teleport?
Yeah, how high are,
Started to
how
sound pretty
high are
good.
the walls?
well,
Oh,
so
walls are what?
this- this was assuming that we got a long rest. This was not something I could do
course.
right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
The
you,
gate-
you
the-
can't even teleport once?
Nope,
Nope. Okay.
I am
The
tapped out.
The gate and the walls are about 20 feet high.
I asked the guy, when's the last time you've seen the Duke around these parts?
He looks at you and looks up at you with a confused expression, and he says, The Duke hasn't been seen in a year.
Oh. Yes.
Oh.
Guess I've been out longer than I thought.
Guess we're not getting paid.
Hold on. Perception.
Out of
Okay.
character, I hate being right.
And then the guy stands up and looks at you and he says, Who are you? Where are you coming from? No one comes here.
You're here.
Yes, this is where I live. No one comes here. Who doesn't
I mean, we're
live
not like
here?
tourists.
We're just a couple of able-bodied folks looking for a little bit of extra work to make some coin.
Give me a persuasion check.
31.
Okay, he rolled a nat 20 and got a 31 on this check.
Holy cow.
Oh, Jesus.
So
What was he even
as-
trying to persuade
Very
him of?
charismatic drunk.
So as he asks you this question, you like kind of instinctually like flip up your hood like a peasant and turn away and smear some mud on your clothes. And you turn back to him and you say, "We're just a humble peasants looking for work." His look of confusion fades away, and he says, "Aye, aren't we all? The gate has been open for weeks, but usually it opens. The gate opens every few weeks or so for workers to go in and clean the streets.
Do they come back
That's
out?
good work. That's good work. They'll send you. They let people in to clean, and they pay you 1 silver for the whole day's work.
Okay, so they do come back out.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Well, thanks for the tip, friend. Cheers to you.
Sam
Says-
has a beer.
Always.
Right.
So
As Sam sips on his beer, the peasant looks with confused expression, not knowing where the beer came from, or not understanding how this drink is even present in the outside the city gates. But he likes you. You've won him over, so he thinks nothing of it.
Well, since this guy's definitely on our side, is there anything else we want to ask him about what's going on? Should we ask him, like, what year it is? Or what the date is? Is that a thing?
Would we know what the date is?
Oh, we
Yeah,
could
you guys
ask.
know
Oh,
that.
that's what
you
I
guys know
kinda
the
wanna ask
year.
So
You ask him the date. He gives you the date. It is approximately 11 and a half months after you left.
okay.
Was I in that room for a lot longer than I thought?
But yeah, you've been out of circulation for months and months and months. So
Yeah. Sorry, that was in character. I turn to the party and say, was I in that room for a lot longer than I thought?
So I'll ask the peasant. So if the Duke's been missing, for who now rules?
oh, he's not missing. He never comes out of the keep.
Oh.
The rumors around this. The rumors are that the Duke is heartbroken. Ever since those adventurers went beneath the castle and there was and the catacombs crumbled, he lost his will to rule and stays inside the keep.
I was waiting for you to say, because his dear friend Jacques never came home.
No, he already thought that Jacques was long gone.
Yeah, but he just was on a, downward spiral from that
Well-
point.
At least we can bring him some good news. Surprise, we're alive.
Jacques is dead, but we're alive.
I mean,
I
Jacques
don't think
dead,
we need-
but
We don't
Yeah.
we don't need to mention Jacques.
All right, fair enough. Don't
If anything,
mention
we
Jacques.
found his body, and
Did we take his
we were
head?
no.
Somebody mentioned that at some
No,
point
no, no,
last
no.
time.
Kalen was going to be carrying Jacques' body, but I don't think it
Right.
made it past like
The slip and slide.
the slip and slide at minimum.
All right, so what are we actually going to do here? Because clearly we're not getting into the gate immediately.
There's What time of day is it?
midday. Overcast weather, midday.
And how long would it take us to reach the north gate?
Couple hours.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd say let's
say
walk
we-
toward Northgate.
We walk
Start
towards
walking
north
until
gate.
we get another idea.
Yeah.
Should we go to the docks and try to access via the water?
I don't want to swim again.
I don't think there are docks on this side of the wall.
I'm not very stealthy.
So
I think we'll have our best chance going through the north gate. If what the peasant said was true, the fact that we are alive should gain us entry.
yeah.
If any of them have memories that long. We walk around to the north gate.
Okay, you walk around the north gate. It's getting to the afternoon. As you approach the north gate, I need Sunset Sam and Kalen to take a perception check.
God damn it.
Crit success. 24.
8.
6.
6. The Crusaders Gate is not how you remember it, but previously this was the main road where the knights of Equitaine approached the city, and it was like this almost like religious procession of knights, and there's vendors and altars for the lady. Now it looks like those places are abandoned. All the buildings are abandoned. Again, you see peasants hiding in dark places. And there's no knights to be seen, and the gate is also closed like the peasants' gate was.
But are there guards?
No, none that you can see.
Can I scale this wall?
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
We have a map of the sewer system.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any entrances or exits to said system outside the walls?
Ah, excellent thought.
Roll for it.
There are, but they all lead to the bay. They're on the bay side of the city.
So where we came from, or on the
So we would need to go
side?
back to the bay in order to access those to then get into the city.
Correct.
I mean, we're already all the way out here. We might as well try the third gate.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
it's
not?
worth a shot, and then we can work our way back to the bay and go in through the sewers as necessary.
Right.
Yeah, and that puts us closest to the
The dock.
unicorn's bounty too. So
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Keep following the wall.
As you keep traveling around, you notice a couple things. First off, there's 3 children, like 5, 6, 7 years old, following you now. They look like peasants, keeping about a 10-foot distance behind you, but they're just following you. As you approach this gate, it is the same situation. More peasants, gates closed, but you do notice this time that there's up above the top of the gate, there is a single helmed head looking over the side.
well, I didn't have like any kind of order from the Duke. So do any of you guys want to yell at this guy?
Anyone?
I'm just an
Anyone?
angry, tired, and perilously sober dwarf. So
I was coughing to imply that
The drunk.
my throat isn't feeling up to shouting at somebody.
all right, I yell at the guy. Say, I'm here with the heroes that the Duke sent into the catacombs. nearly a year ago. And they would like entry to the city. Do I need to roll persuasion or something?
Yeah, give me a persuasion check. No, actually, yeah. Give me a persuasion.
So
Okay.
before he rolls that, just out of curiosity, are there any torches relatively close to this person?
No, none that you can see,
Okay.
at least.
Oh, thank
Damn.
God.
Oh no, the idea was I was going to see if I could potentially aid your persuasion attempt by changing the color of the torches. As a, I mean, I've used some pretty impressive spells in the city, around the city,
He would
on the
know
city.
my predilection for setting things on fire.
I would hope so.
Famous in these parts. All right, I roll persuasion. Oh God damn, crit fail.
Crit fail. Okay.
Yeah.
The guard looks down over the side of the gate, looks at the five of you, and he says, You are the great heroes who saved Cantamont? Yes, I see you have 2 elves, but those elves are scrawny compared to the elves that went into the catacombs. And the halfling there.
Are you calling me fat?
No, you guys are scrawny compared to the elves.
We've been in the catacombs for a year. Of course we're scrawny.
There was no dwarf who went in the catacombs. Leave, peasants.
I am merely a spokesman. Because I'm louder than them.
Bring out Claude to verify our story. He'll know us by sight.
Is that what you say?
That's what I say.
Okay. He lets out a big laugh and he says, Claude, Claude Lefay, that traitor was thrown out of this city months ago.
Oh my.
Of course he was, because that would be too easy.
Probably.
And then he says, the 4 of you, step away from the 5 of you, step away from the gates before I send the guards out to take care of you.
Send them on down. Throw a rock at them.
Oh God! Give me an attack roll.
Ranged attack. Yeah.
A ranged attack roll.
Uh, 15.
That does not hit. You throw the rock, it hits the top of the parapet and bounces off, and then just kind of grazes off his helmet. And he looks just shocked, and but in a blink of an eye, 4 other guards peek their head ups and raise crossbows over the parapet.
Oh dear.
Damn it, Sam.
And each one of them takes a shot. That's 4 of you. It's 5 of you, right? Caitlin, what's your AC?
Against the first one will be 20.
The first shot whizzes over your head.
Isn't that per attacker?
What do you mean?
No, it's
Or is it per turn?
It uses my reaction. So I only get
Oh,
once
okay,
per
got it. Okay.
check out.
I do have
Hold on one
Morit's
second, guys.
character sheet up when the time comes.
For some reason, My audio just went out.
But we
All
can
right,
still
give
hear
me
you.
5 seconds, guys.
This is your chance to say whatever you want.
So, yep. You're right about the time shift.
It sure seems that way.
Good job on that. So,
Also, I've rolled 2 crit fails in a row.
Were they both on wisdom?
No, one was charisma, which is even actually worse than my wisdom. So
Okay.
So are you using, what are you using to roll? Physical d20?
D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped using digital rolling to potentially avoid that. And yet my first roll of today was a crit fail. And then I rolled a
Gosh.
3.
Who would have expected it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it might happen like 5% of the time.
I know, right?
I also rolled a bunch of crit fails last episode too.
You need
Pretty
to train your dice better.
Yeah, I guess so.
I only ever have my dice sitting, with the highest side up. I mean, all of the D6s I have are all sitting
There we go.
6 side up.
Okay, I'm back. What
That's
did
a
you guys
very
talk
interesting
about?
philosophy.
Training
Mostly
dice.
my terrible
training
rolls and training dice.
Okay, what was Uvrit's armor? That does not hit.
16.
Next up. 7. Load what's your that misses.
16 also.
And 1 bolt, they 3 bolts scatter around you, missing you, but 1 bolt hits Uvrit, or Load,
No.
Of course, yeah.
and does 9 points of damage.
Okay.
So Sam gets away with it.
He's the smallest target.
We are now in combat, so they are reloading. What do you guys
They're on
want to do?
top of a wall.
Do I know which one actually managed to hit Load? Like, am I able to identify that?
Give me a perception check.
Are we seriously gonna fight guards?
No.
I mean, Load would want to right now. He'd be really pissed off.
Perception. That's gonna be 19.
Yeah, you notice it's one of the 4 who stood up, not the first guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Sam by the ear like a child and drag him away. Being stupid.
You're gonna do that, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the one that managed to hit one of us.
Damn it. All right. Load runs over to the wall and starts climbing.
Oh boy.
No! Don't do that. This is more of a warning shot, and honestly, it's a display of fire magic. It should, it might validate our story a little bit.
All right, so do you need a roll to hit?
I do need to roll the hit for this.
Okay, you're rolling at disadvantage because he does have protection behind the wall.
I mean, okay, I'll roll the disadvantage, but I did just roll a 2.
Okay,
Could be
we're
worse.
taking the 2. It's the fire splashes against the wall beneath
It was
them.
a total of 10. A total of 10.
Yeah, but the guards kind of, their eyes go wide a little bit, but they start screaming and yelling for the captain. They're like, "Captain! A fire mage at the east gate."
Yes, perhaps the one told of in legend. The red hair, the elf.
Is that what you're doing with
Fire.
your turn? Is that what you're doing with your turn?
Yes, that's what I'm finishing my turn with.
Load, give me I guess climbing would be an agility, acrobatics.
Oh, I believe it's an
Should-
athletics
It
check,
should be an athletics check, yeah.
Okay.
which is why I decided to do it because
Yep, you attempt to climb a sheer or slippery cliff is the first bullet point. So
fair enough. Let's see. Maybe I just move to the wall.
it'll be hard. I think
get
it'll
it.
be harder to
We'll
hit.
see how far up there I can get. That's not good.
I like to think you start
Alright,
climbing the
23.
door, and then they open the door.
23. You successfully jump onto the wall, dig your thick dwarf fingers into the wall, and get a handhold, and you start slowly. Your successful
I don't
check
go
takes you.
over the edge, like up
Oh yeah,
over the.
it's hard to climb. So this takes you your turn. You go up about a quarter of the way up the wall,
Fair enough. I will wait there.
and just hanging. Sam and Kaylin, do you want to do anything?
What is climbing?
I'm trying to drag Sam away for his stupidity and like grab her by the ear and then like smacking him on the head.
All right,
I'm trying to drag
both
it
of
away
you, both
to
of you,
cover,
give
hard
me
cover.
an athletics check to see a grapple check, basically, which is athletics, to see if you successfully do so.
At -2, it's a even 2.
I got a 7.
You attempt to grab him by the ear, but Sam kind of dodges out of the way, and you are unable to grab him, and he kind of keeps his distance. At this time, the guards at the
What
top
is
now
Fred
have
doing?
reloaded their bolts.
Oh joy.
And let's see, the first one goes at load again. Misses. This one goes at Sam. What's your AC, Sam?
15.
This hits and does 10 points of damage.
Oh shit.
This is this is a Kaylin. Misses, and the last one, Sam again, that misses. Again, bolts fly. One of them catches Sam right in the shoulder. And at this point, you hear the ringing of a bell in the guard tower.
Okay. At the ringing of the bell, Lode starts thinking this is going to be too much for us to handle. He jumps off the wall
Okay.
and
Are you jump
tries
off
to
the
get
wall?
sunset. I mean, I'm 5 feet up it from the sounds of
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 5 feet's not gonna hurt you.
Okay.
So, against all odds, Sunset might actually be trying to get arrested.
Okay.
All right, so Load, you jump down.
It
What's-
accomplishes 2 goals. It gets
Do you
us in
say
the city.
anything about that?
Well, I assume you're trying to drag me away, and I'm not going. I realize that you very much outclass me in strength, but
Right.
Give me
I will
give
say
me an
something.
athletics.
I will say something to the effect of, "Let's see what happens."
Yeah,
I have
It's
no.
not going to be good enough because what happens so far is
Getting
me and Sam getting shot. So, all right, here's my athletics check for grapple. 24. Is that just a
Sunset?
straight strength?
I think I can use. Hold on. Let me look up grapple again because I think I can use Dex.
for a
Grapple?
defense.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Attack action. Make a special melee attack to grapple. If you may, the target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger than you. I think that's the case. And you must be within reach. Using at least one free hand, you try to seize the target. Attack roll, strength, athletics check, contested by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check.
Oh, okay. So defender can use
Yeah.
dex. Got
Yes,
it.
defender can use dex.
I forgot to roll at advantage. It is still a 24.
Sunset, what you got?
Hopefully more than a 24. Oh no. Oh no.
That's not. Doesn't sound like a 24.
Okay, so as
I know it's
Kaylin is dragging
it's
Sam,
a 1.
It's a 1. Okay.
I
So,
pick up
as-
Sam,
I'm pretty sure you just like manhandle me like
put her over my shoulder, and we just start walking.
Walking away from the gate.
I ask Kaylin where she thinks we should go.
Are there any
Hard
nearby
cover.
torches?
Away from the wall. Let's make it so they can't see us and so they can't shoot us. Let's just go around the next building. We'll talk there.
Fair enough.
All right. So you successfully all four. Sam's you're going along with them, right?
Sure, why not?
As you walk away from the gate, you head to the closest building, which looks like a shack, and you walk to the other side of it. All of this with Sunset over Lode's shoulder, doing like the
Oh,
thing,
no.
like
No.
over your back.
No. I'm just waiting.
As
I'm just
you
waiting.
get behind the gate, you realize the 3 children that were following you are there also, watching you.
Oh,
Nice.
Everyone give me a perception check.
That would be like another initiative roll. Sweet. We killed the children.
16.
Oh. Perception, right?
10.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 24.
Nice.
You all notice these children are wearing ragged robes, like peasants' clothing, but stitched into the underside of the cloak that they're wearing, because one of them lifts it up and points it at you, is a roughly sewn, like very, very crudely sewn image of a cup or a chalice that's sewn in yellow thread.
Oh. Not what
Does
I
that
was expecting.
mean anything to the 3 of you?
No.
It says.
I don't think so.
Means our fellow.
Can I do a history check?
I guess it does. It does call back to something. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you. It's that is the symbol of the Grail, which some of the highest knights in Equitaine dedicated their questing to, the Grail Oath, and
Sure.
Claude had that on his armor.
Okay. So I would not know that at all.
Lode would not know
No.
that.
You wouldn't. Man.
Landval totally would have gotten that.
Landval
Yeah,
would have gotten it. Landval would have gotten it.
Absolutely.
He would have
Damn.
Well, I'll go up. I'll talk to Joe. Hey, kid. How you doing?
That would be
Can
Hey,
you,
kids. You want
hey,
some
kids,
candy?
we
and what I
need
wanted
to
to
make
do.
Want
we
some
need a
good
place to
berries?
hide from the guards for a little bit. Can you help us out?
Damn. That really puts a damper in what I wanted to do. I was just gonna wait until Lode put me down, and then I was gonna walk back out to the gate. Like, just immediately.
Do you want to attempt to get away from Lode's grasp?
Well, I was assuming that at some point he would put me down.
I haven't yet.
Haven't yet. Okay, so you do nothing.
But
Until
so-
I start
You like holding
actually
on to you.
struggling.
Without a
I still
word,
over my shoulder.
the three children look at you and then start walking down the road. And about 5 feet away, they kind of look over their shoulder at you and kind of wave you along.
Okay.
Away from the
But-
wall.
Follow them.
Oh, follow each other.
I
Is it away from
explicitly-
the wall?
I
Away from the
explicitly
wall.
say follow
They are
them.
moving away from the wall, so we follow them away from the wall.
I
follow
explicitly say follow them because
Follow the kids.
as
can
I said, it puts a complete damper on what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Now-
Now knowing that Sunset is on board with moving away from the wall, I put her down.
I walk towards the gate. No.
We continue walking.
Yeah.
Alright. Basically, they walk you almost out of the settled area into the fields, the farming fields. One of the last houses is kind of a rundown house, but built well, made of stone and wood timbers. The roof is still standing. They walk up to this house and they let themselves in. And as you enter, there are a handful of people in the room, all of them standing around one person seated at a table. And there's no need to test for this, but you recognize the person and standing in front of a hearth that has a small fire lit. All of these people are dressed as farmers or as huntsmen, all with bows but no real weapons. And seated at the table in the center is, you recognize to be Claude, the head of the guards, still bald as before, but now with a big overgrown bushy beard. And he's
Weird if he suddenly had hair.
yeah, would. And he's wearing his breastplate, his Grail Oath breastplate over kind of peasant's clothing. And let's see here.
Lode is just kind of confused because, again, he doesn't know who this guy is.
Yeah,
So you got thrown to the dogs too.
As you look up, as he looks up, he looks at you with a blank expression and says, "Who are you and what brings you to Cantamont?"
Who are you that doesn't recognize us?
Give me a persuasion check.
That's going to be a 23.
Oh, there you go. He looks at you questioningly, and a few seconds pass in silence, and then he eventually, his eyes widen, and he says, "You are the warriors we sent to the catacombs. I can't believe my very eyes. It's been a year. Where have you been?"
It's been like 6 hours
Catacombs.
for us.
6 hours? No, you don't understand. It's been a year since you left, since there was a great rumbling beneath the keep, and the Duke went into seclusion. Cantamont is in dark times. It's been a full year of this misery. Where have you been?
lost in the catacombs.
We got pushed into the bay a few hours ago. The rumbling for us happened moments before that. It has been 6 hours since we went into the catacombs for us.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's going to be a little less. 17.
He still looks at you with a furrowed brow, but he says, "Okay. So
What reason do I have to lie?
the three of you look just as you looked when you left. But I don't remember you leaving with 2 dwarves in tow.
We found them in the catacombs.
That's the least crazy thing that happened when we were down there.
True. I seen it.
Yeah. This is
What happened in the catacombs? We heard a great rumbling and the catacombs, the entrance to the catacombs collapsed that day.
we killed the we managed to kill Dorothea and her.
Zombie consort?
Thank you. He in an attempt to take my life as well, jumped into a brazier of blood and darkness. And in doing so, seemed to have caused the collapse of the catacombs. We very nearly didn't escape. Also, there was a weird goblin smoking something. I don't know. It was all going by too fast. There was a sand slide.
Did you find Jacques?
Unfortunately, his remains had been desecrated by those inhabiting the catacombs. I will gladly make a deception check for that if you want me to.
Yeah, I think you need to.
Oh, god damn it. Are you kidding me?
What you got there?
Natural one?
That's a nat 1.
Oh.
That's a nat 1. It's a 9, but it's a nat 1.
Uh-oh.
As he sits there, he says to you, after listening to your full story, he sits and sighs and looks up at you and he says, You were supposed to save this city. You were supposed to save Jacques. I can't believe that Jacques would have found himself dead in the catacombs. He was a great man. And with that, with a hefty sigh, he turns and he stares into the fire.
Well, nothing more to do here. Let's go.
Sure. Okay. If you leave, Claude says, "Can't leave if you wish, but Cantemont has changed. It is very difficult to get into the city these days."
Just
The queen-
Claude, how
uh,
did you
noticed.
Can you get us in?
First of all, he says the Duchess has closed all the gates to outsiders, and there is no more trade with the city. The peasants that live outside the gates merely wait for work and to trade with the inhabitants of the city, or not to. Yeah, there's still trade, but with the peasants. What do you say after that?
Well, I asked if he could get us into the city.
Yes, I can get you into the city for a price.
For a price.
We'll ask
Why are you
Claude.
out here, Jock? How come you failed to save us?
After you left into the catacombs and they collapsed, the Duke was heartbroken. When this collapsed, it also collapsed the Great Tower in the keep, and many people died. He was heartbroken to send so many Aquitanians to their death, and that was the last he was seen. He retreated into the keep. Now his wife, the Duchess, rules in his place, and she does her best. She is a good woman. When the Doer sisters, I was tasked at finding the fourth Doer sister in the city of Cantemont, but I was unsuccessful. And also with the lack of power in the city, the criminals took over, and eventually I was betrayed and framed for your murder. And I was barely able to escape the city with my life. But Cantemont is my home, and I have stayed here working with the serfs outside the city to reclaim it.
Any particular criminal organizations?
With a wink and a nod, he flips a coin out of his finger, which you catch in midair. Open your hand to see the image of a raven, of a crow, on the coin.
I see.
Load scowls.
Well, Claude, if you were falsely accused of our murder, we can go right in and prove your innocence, and you can be take your rightful place back amongst the palace guard.
I do not trust the guard. They are all under the watchful eye and the pay of the Order of the Crow. There is no spot for my redemption in the city. There is only the overthrow.
To overthrow your old friend the Duke.
Not the Duke. The Duke is a good man. I know that the Duke and the Duchess have maintained their figurative control over the city. Their what's the right word? They retain the governance of the city, but it's a name only. The city is now run by Calypso. And with that, that rings a bell for you, Lode.
Yeah.
The Calypso and the Order of the Crow need to be overthrown for me to return to the city.
Lode says, I think I can help with that. Or at least would be willing.
I'm gonna turn to Lode and Uret and ask, what were the specifics of what Calypso asked you to do?
Dungeon Master. We were trying to steal the amulet, right?
Yes, you were. Well, you first came to the city and met Calypso and joined her. At that time, it was very much a small band of thieves in the city. You had no power, you had no great numbers, but just a few people that were thieving to both survive and to have a good night out. You were surviving on what you were stealing, but you were also spending it greatly.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
I get it.
Eventually, you had settled on a nice little crew of about 6 people, and you had set up your home base in the Unicorn's Bounty. Then one day, Calypso came and said she heard word of an invaluable amulet in the catacombs, which no one had been in a long time. And she wished for you and Uvrit to go down there with her, since you have underground expertise, if you will. And when you got down there, you fought undead. You found the amulet, and she magically locked you in that room, the catacombs, and escaped with the amulet.
Okay, so there weren't really a lot of specifics. We were just going there to steal an amulet and help her through the catacombs. I'm assuming she was probably leading the way the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just sort of around as muscle.
I mean, you were more equals in that, but you were more equals in that through your whole time as thieves, but she just basically backstabbed you.
Okay. I relay that to Sunset.
Do you have any idea what that amulet did?
Do I?
Load, you don't. You found it in the catacombs within the ancient belongings of this ancient society, which all these undead were being raised from. But you merely had moments with the amulet in your hands until you were betrayed.
Okay. No?
Fantastic. Because we know what the amulet
at this time, Uvrit lets out a heavy sigh, and he explains to the group that he must return to his keep. There is nothing more for him to do here in Cantamount, and it's obvious that he will not be able to recover his belongings from the unicorn's bounty. And he who had the Green Knight's axe last? Didn't Uvrit have it?
I don't think I handed it
No.
off to any of the I didn't hand it off to any of the dwarves.
No, it's still in Kalen's possession, as far as I know.
He wishes you all well, and he wishes Lode in particular good tidings, because you have become friends from that much time alone together in the catacombs, and he offers you any of his belongings that might help you.
Okay. So you actually haven't seen it used yet, but Lode, because he's a seeker, he has 2 battle axes that he dual wields. He also has a great axe on his back.
Uh-huh.
He takes it off his back and holds it out to Uvrit.
But you're offering
Fancy
him?
a trade?
Oh, okay. He agrees and nods with recognition, and you trade your weapons.
Nice.
And
So,
with that,
I wish him good fortune.
And with that, Uvrit says goodbye with good tidings to the group and heads east into the mountains, hopefully to live a happy, peaceful life. But this is the Ninth Age. He probably ended up fighting in a battle sometime in the future. But this is the end of the tale of Uvrit in our story, and we want to thank Will for joining us.
Thanks, Will.
Jack.
Thank you.
Wait, did I call him Will? Jack? Jack.
Yeah.
Why did I call him Will? Jack, thank you.
Discord.
His last name is Williams. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's his Discord name too.
That's what I was thinking about. Jack, my apologies,
Jack.
but thank you.
We salute you, my dwarven friend.
But with that, what is next?
Well, we at least have a rough idea of what the amulet we gave Calypso does. So,
But we had talked about it and decided that that was the same amulet, right? Because I described the amulet, and
Oh, I didn't realize that might have happened while I was away during one of them. I was unaware of that. So, yeah, if they appeared,
am I wrong about that?
I mean,
No, you're right. You guys have established that this is the same amulet, yeah.
okay.
That's what I thought.
So she has 2 amulets that do the same thing.
Or she stole it from me, hid it on you guys, and I don't know. She's shady. I don't trust her.
One of the amulets is from Vespasian, right?
Yeah, one of the amulets was. From
Oh yeah, two
Vespasian.
separate amulets. Yeah. The amulet we're talking about right now is the Scarab Amulet.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
what you.
okay,
That's the one
so-
I was talking
so-
about, not the Vespasian one.
Though, okay, so because I still have the Scarab Amulet that.
Yeah.
That you took from Jacques, which led to his death.
Yes.
Yeah. When you just.
Hey, I told him when I gave it to him that I would probably need this back at some point, and
Hey.
that I would require it from him.
I'm gonna kill you later.
He's
It's
the
like
one.
it's
Very
like it's
clear.
like you're telling that to a scuba diver. It's like, I'm gonna need that air back at some point, and you have to give it to me, even if you're 500 feet underneath the water.
Well, but that's not even the same thing, because the whole idea was that it would only be temporary, and I thought I made this clear, but apparently not, and now he's dead.
No, you made it very clear.
I take no responsibility for his
Oh,
death.
None.
Matter of fact, I don't even think I dealt any damage to him.
Oh.
That's
Should this-
probably.
As
This is
you're
funny.
recounting the story in front of Claude, his
now
eyes
we're
begin
just
to
arguing
well
about
with
plot.
tears.
Don't waste your tears on that fool.
What do you want to say, Sam?
Wait.
Sam, did you want to say something?
No, it's all good.
Okay, well, so for the Scarab Amulet, we know it controls pieces of the catacombs. Does it do anything else? I don't think we've actually checked that, other than, seemed to cure Jacques of whatever was ailing him.
Yep.
Look at the right character sheet. I want to roll Arcana on the Scarab Amulet.
Okay.
8.
You recognize the pattern of the scarab as you did before of the North African equivalent of Taffria. And you definitely, in your magical training, you sense a magic aura coming from the amulet, but nothing else.
Okay.
So I'll ask Claude. So, what is your plan for the overthrow? How can we aid you in this?
My plan currently is to continue to conserve resources and train the people surrounding the city. The city walls are too tall for any direct attack, and these peasants are too poorly trained to fight the city guard.
Lode asks if he knows where Calypso is.
Calypso has amassed a criminal empire within the city unheard of before. Last time he was in the city, she had taken up residency in the old House Dur and had formed a criminal empire in that area.
Interesting.
I have to wonder how long it took her to clear out the brambles and the
And
Yeah.
the pile of corpses.
and the pile of corpses and the replace the burned out front door and probably just front of the house in general.
Everybody
we-
knows it takes a long time to scrub peasant blood out of marble.
He further explains that Calypso is the only one who sails ships in and out of the docks anymore, and she basically is control of all of the resources that enter and leave the city.
Oh.
That's where she gets her wealth and power from.
Yeah.
How much will it cost us to get us in the city, Claude?
There are 2 ways to get into the city. You can or 3 ways. You can either fight your way in, which seems very difficult. Seems like
we tried that already.
Yeah.
I was doing
shot.
a good job of it until you interrupted me.
You could try to buy your way in, try to cheat or bribe one of the guards at the gates, or you can try to sneak in. Either
How
sneak
integrated
in,
are the
sneak
guards into the crow?
over the wall by night, or through the water, through the bay.
I vote for through the water.
Through the bay is the likely scenario, but how integrated are the guards at the gate into the crow?
From my experience, some are and some are not. It's a give or take.
Water it is then.
It's getting in the evening time now, just so you know.
Is there an inn outside the wall that we could rest at? We've been walking all day.
Apparently for a year.
Yeah, apparently. I haven't slept in a year.
There is no inn, there is no like commerce outside the wall. There's simply make food for the city.
Is there some place we could sleep, or
Do you
as
have
some
a
of us do,
couch?
trance?
He says the floor in this house is welcome to you. That's it.
All right.
All right.
How about a long rest?
So long rest. So you sleep there through the night. With that, Claude says he needs to leave to attend to other peasants around the city, and he leaves. And you sleep next to the fire. I'm assuming all 4 of you will sleep. Is that correct?
We can stagger the trance, so
Yeah,
4
so-
hours, 4 on, 4 off. So
I'll,
one of the elves is always up.
I will sleep first because I'm almost entirely useless right now.
Sure.
If something were to happen,
I mean,
might as well be asleep.
I can do things, but if I can get that 4 hours, then I can do a lot more things.
Fair.
Sure.
Here, guys, I'll be right back.
Sure. So you all take a long night's sleep. One of you is awake, so let's test for the first half. Who's gonna stay awake the first half? Kalen and Sunset.
Kalen's on first
Kalen will
watch.
be.
Got a passive intelligence of 7, passive wisdom of 14. Passive
Okay,
perception.
nothing happens during Sunset's watch, but then you switch places.
You mean Kalen's watch?
Kalen's watch.
During
So
Kalen's
first watch.
Oh, first watch, Kalen. So it's Sunset. The second watch, no one comes into the house, but during the night, you hear the guards patrolling outside because you can hear the armor clinking.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as you can tell, they never get close enough to the house for them to come in.
Can you learn
I
heat
don't know.
metal?
That's a good question.
So take a look at your
Yeah.
spells, and I'll be right back.
Would be super helpful.
I don't believe I can.
It might be a bard only spell.
Well, no, I know druids can learn it.
Oh, druids.
I just don't.
Druids can hurt heat metal? That seems.
Think... I had heat metal during our last campaign.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking thematically it seems weird for a druid.
I
guess it's
mean,
fire. I mean, like
yeah, no,
fire
I
is
cannot
natural, I
learn.
guess.
I cannot learn heat metal.
Uh,
Let me where? Oh, that's okay. Where is just straight spells? There we go. You all spell. Where is? Heat metal. So heat metal is bard, druid, artificer, and clerics of the forge domain. Yeah.
All right. Everyone heal up.
Okay, I am back.
There's no need for Loa to redo his spells. Everyone good?
sure.
Yes,
Load may need to click the long rest. Oh, nope.
I did.
Yep, looks like we're all good.
So you sleep through the night. You hear the rooster crow, which wakes you to the next day. There is a heavy mist laying over the city this morning. And you peek your head out the door, and really you see no one on the streets.
Do we hear anyone on the streets? Specifically, the clanking that I heard.
Well, give me a
Last
perception
night.
check, actually.
Do 13.
You don't hear anything.
Or, sorry. Yes, that's right, 13. Okay. How thick is the mist? Like, is it like dense fog, or are we talking like just little wisps of?
We live in California. It's kind of like marine layer.
Okay, so it's pretty decent probably right now, but
Yeah.
will burn off quickly.
Correct.
Okay.
Get a move on.
We should probably move quickly, particularly if we're going to try and get to the bay and get into these sewers.
Yep. Let's do it.
So let's go.
All right. You head out the door and head south to the bay here.
So if we're gonna be trying to be super sneaky about things,
Yes, please.
seems like a good time to everyone huddle up. We are gonna pass without a trace.
You put up pass without a trace, and what does that do exactly? It gives you plus 10, right?
Call.
Plus 10
plus 10 bonus
to
to Dex. Stealth.
no,
Yes.
to plus 10 bonus to stealth checks.
Can't
So
be tracked except by natural means.
I just rolled a 33 for stealth.
With the fog and pass without a trace, it's an auto pass for you guys. You do not warn the guards on the wall at all. When you arrive at the shore, you find a hidden location with a small raft that Claude told you about yesterday evening, which can take you just around the wall here to this dock.
Can
Where
we see
are
parts of the docks?
where are the entrances to the sewers that are in the water?
There is one entrance, there's three groups of, well, there's one group of four, but there's three groups of docks here. There's one large sewer entrance, or it's actually an exit. It's where the waste from the city is exiting into the bay. There's one between each group of docks.
Okay.
Man,
What?
Yeah.
we have to wade through the sewers. Really
I
have
mean,
to.
Yeah, I don't really want to, and with the cover of the fog, we can probably get away with it.
I mean, we're already inside, like, we're already on, like, the city side of the wall. Do we need to go into the sewers?
My idea was that we'd pop up someplace other than, but I think it'd be pretty obvious where we were. So
Sure.
let's, I think we can just probably move into the city now without having to go into the sewers.
Okay.
I
Hide the
repeat
boat.
my question. Are there guards on the docks?
None that you can see from where you are, but you are a ways away with fog between you.
For sure. Makes sense.
I imagine the crashing of the waves against the docks and shore will mask any
It's definitely it's a
swelling.
bay. It's not a beach, so there's no waves really. It's just it's quiet.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Do we just climb up onto the dock and head towards what we last knew as the Unicorn's Bounty?
Sure.
Well, we want to be careful about entering there.
We're being recognized and that they used to have a secret hideout there, so there might still be a secret hideout there.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Well, I want to get an understanding from Sam where his loyalties are lying with this.
Beer.
I'm good with whatever.
All right. So,
Well, as soon as you start talking about loyalties, I guess Lode has to ask, are you guys loyal to Calypso? Probably should have asked that way before this.
No. I don't have any loyalties to Calypso.
Sunset, Sam, do you have anything to say about that?
sorry. Popcorn, wrong pipe. In true Sunset fashion, my loyalties are to myself and me, and that's about it.
Okay.
Fair enough. Sam, do you chime in?
My voice is too meek to hear.
What? Okay.
Sam's too drunk to understand.
So you all four of you jump into the boat and start coasting steadily toward the dock, the closest dock. When you arrive, there are there is not a guard to be seen in sight.
Good, I'd hate to have to create a spectacle and possibly damage this fine boat. And anything on it.
Oh, great.
You arrive at the dock. You could jump on the dock here. You could go to the entrance to the sewers. It's up to you.
I think if there's no guards or anything, we can just climb up onto the dock and move forward from there.
Okay. You jump on the dock. Are you heading for the Unicorn's Bounty? Is that what the plan is?
I think so. For a start. We might be able to get the lay of the land from there.
All right.
But we need to be careful because at the very least, there's definitely spies there.
Everyone, give me a stealth check.
Is
With
this
your
going
plus 10
into
bonus.
Yep.
the
We-
unicorn's bounty?
With the pass without a trace bonus.
And this is to go into the unicorn's bounty, or to
36.
get
This
on the
is
dock?
to get from the dock to the front door.
Okay.
Uh, Caitlin got a 36.
Unfortunately,
21.
I only rolled a 26 this time.
Aw.
Oh.
Such a disappointment.
Yeah,
So
I know.
maybe like the alley right before, or like an alley like 100 feet away. I kind of turn everybody into that and say, like, should maybe just one of us go in and ask around?
Yeah, we could send Sam in to the bar and he'll stay on mission, I'm sure.
I wasn't
I
exactly suggesting Sam. Just start
I'm
drinking
gonna
and forget about the
suggest-
rest of us.
that Sam and I go in
Okay.
Sam
Okay.
and you go in.
because, as far as Calypso knows, we have no reason to be against her. You, however,
Should
got
still
locked
be
in a
locked.
room.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and in all likelihood should be dead. Because you were locked in a room in the catacombs a year ago.
Fair enough.
I know dwarf constitution is pretty hardy, but even you need to eat.
There was beer. We're fine. We were good.
And it's dwarves
A
too. They're
year's worth
hardy.
of
They're
beer?
hardy. They could go weeks without food and be okay.
But a whole year?
They
Without
weren't in there for
food
a
and-
year. They were in there for whatever month or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, no, I know,
6
but
weeks or something.
from Calypso's view, they would have been in there for a year at this point. Actually, a
That's
year and a
fair.
half,
Yeah, good point.
at
I should
this
just
point.
be dead.
Yeah,
So,
right?
so Kaylin and I stay outside.
I guess we stay outside.
Do
I
we
mean,
want
Kaylin
to-
could probably join us as well. Like, there's no reason for.
So
But
you just want Lode to stay outside.
I'll just.
well,
sit
no, I'm just saying
out.
that at the very least, Lode should stay outside, and Sam and I should go in. Kaylin, you can do whatever you want.
I'll stay outside. We'll keep a lookout for trouble.
The pass
Truck
without a
stays
trace
door-
stays with you as well, doesn't it? So,
Yes. So
when we
I
get
don't-
outside of that area,
yeah, let's go with that. So when you exit that 30-foot range, you'll lose it. So
that's my understanding of the way the spell works.
All right. So the
So-
two
So
of
we
you
are still nicely hidden.
Precisely.
The two of you in the morning hours. The streets are pretty bare. Both Sam and Sunset head into the Unicorn's Bounty, which looks about the same from the outside, but as you enter, it's pretty desolate. Except for on the far end where the giant window was facing the keep, there's basically a raised, stage area. Previously, that was empty space where, people did all sorts of stuff before. Now, sitting on that stage is a large, let's call it a throne. And sitting on that throne is a dread elf. Specifically, the dread elf you met earlier, who was the kind of ringmaster for the pit fights. But he is what he looks to be asleep in his chair, slumped over. Behind the bar is a friendly face. You see good old Porky Shinwell, the fat human bartender who is behind the bar cleaning glasses and sweeping, and as you enter he lifts up his head and looks at you, and in complete silence his eyes just go wide, like big, and he looks like he's seen a ghost. With that, he glances over to where the Dread Elf is, glances back to you, puts down his broom and mop and bucket quietly, and kind of, you know, quickly tiptoes over to you. And he pulls Sunset and Sam aside and he says, I'm so surprised to see you. I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead in the catacombs. Oh, seeing you brings warmth to my heart. The Unicorn's Bounty has seen some dark times in the past year. Where have you been?
Nowhere special.
Been on a long, long trip.
And with
See
that,
some old friends.
he glances down at Sam and gives you a big, friendly smile. And without warning, he pulls out a mug of beer from behind his back and hands it to you.
Where did he get the beer?
No one really knows.
Same place Sam always gets it, I assume.
Some things haven't changed at all.
I still love this place.
Porky says, after Calypso left, after the Order of the Crow left, the Unicorn's Bounty is run by that guy, and he points quietly over to the guy sleeping on the throne. That's Darius. He was the manager of the pit fights before, but now he is control over the whole inn. Has control over the whole
inn. So do they control everything in this part of the neighborhood now?
Yes, he basically has great influence over the whole docks area.
Are our rooms still there?
Yes, you have an enormous tab to pay.
We've been saving it for you for a year. Porky says, yes, of course the rooms are still there, but all of your belongings are long gone. It's been a year.
I mean, I didn't have any belongings still in there. But
You didn't have gold stashed anywhere?
Calypso stole all of that.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, if our stuff is gone, it stands to reason that your stuff is also gone, so...
Oh yeah, definitely. I assume she stole it immediately after she locked us in the room.
I need Lode and Kaylin to give me a perception check. Actually, no, not a perception check, a nature check.
Nature. Call of nature. Okay, sure. Got +1 in nature.
Crit, 21.
Oh.
Nice.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
What?
After spending a certain amount of time in the city, you understand this mist to be the regular morning mist that rolls off the bay into the city,
Yep.
and it burns off mid-morning to afternoon. It is coming around mid-morning, and the mist is getting thicker.
Oh.
At this point, you're standing outside the Unicorn's Bounty, and it's so thick that you could just see a glow from like a lantern across the street from you. And you also notice that the temperature is dropping rather than rising.
interesting. Can we still see the door?
Yeah, you're standing like at the door, so you can see it just fine.
Oh yeah, we have pass without a trace, so we could just stand by the door and no one will see us.
Do you stand really still? You're like,
Yeah, just pushed up against the wall.
It's those classic old cartoons where you're pretending to be statues on either side of the door.
yeah. You're in some like heroic, epic pose.
Yeah, got the black cat suits on that make it, somehow is mistaken for stone.
Makes sense. I think we just kind of stand out there unless somebody tries to go in, maybe.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's let them know. Maybe they know what to do about this.
I guess the only question I have for Porky at this point is, we've heard that Calypso's in the old door house. Is that accurate?
Yes, Calypso, after the city was closed to the outside, Calypso was the only one to be able to bring in outside resources, or like get things for people that wanted things. I don't know better not right say it than that. And she became very wealthy very quickly. After the riot that occurred about a year ago, I think you guys were there. I don't remember. Maybe you were there.
We were there.
Oh yeah.
We were definitely
After
there.
the riot that destroyed House Dur, she picked up the land and the building from very cheap and restored it. And it is now her headquarters.
How often does she leave? Do you know?
Not many people know. Calypso's movements are highly guarded and mysterious. She prides herself in her secrecy.
It did always seem that way.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's flash to the outside, and Kaylin and Lode are doing their statue poses in the front of the building. And at this point, you hear something approaching, which sounds like a mix between like the creaking of an old willow tree and the sound a horse makes when it's breathing heavily. Those two sounds, and as the sound approaches, the lights that were barely lighting the area are extinguished.
Oh great.
That's ominous.
Yeah, nothing scary about that.
Yep.
Can I roll like a perception check to, I don't know, see through the fog?
Yes. The question is, do you want to stay where you are for right now?
I mean, I would have preferred to be like in an alley on the side of the
Okay.
building. Like
You
hiding,
can go there if you want. You can go there if you
instead
want.
of standing right next to the door like an idiot.
Kaylin, do you want to go there also?
I mean, plan was to go inside and inform the rest of the team, right? Isn't that why we got
Yeah, I
closer?
guess that was what we were doing. So sure, we'll go inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go inside.
You guys head inside to find Sunset and Sam talking to Porky. Give me.
There's a wooden horse coming up.
And we're like tapping like something like something's weird's happening outside. Fog. I'm not sure fog.
Give me a dexterity check and also a stealth check. 2 checks. Both of you, Lode and Kalen.
Okay. Oh god, it's taking so long.
Dex
Oh,
17.
Jesus.
Stealth.
The animation hasn't even come up for the fucking die. So
Mm.
I'll just manually roll it. Roll
Do
D.
we still have the plus 10? for
roll
stealth?
D20 for. Oh, how long have they been talking inside?
10 minutes?
Okay. I would say like we're probably running close to the end of it, but who would know? So I got. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
it has run its course, so you don't get the bonus.
Okay. Okay. So 17. So
Isn't
my
it an hour?
stealth. All right. So I get 25 on stealth, and then you said, what was the other one you want me to run? Roll?
Dexterity. Dexterity.
Dex. Oh, just a dex.
Concentration up to an hour,
dex,
so
dex saving throw. Okay. God damn it! Why is this taking so fucking long?
So 17 Dex, 9 Stealth if we don't get the bonus.
15 on the dex check.
Okay. As you go in, you're in your rush to tell them what's happening. You quietly open and close the door, but as you enter, Lode. In your excitement, you kind of yell out. You're like, "A wood horse is coming!" And everyone turns around with you, including Darius.
Darius.
The
sleeping
the
dread
dread
elf
elf,
guy.
the sleeping dread elf, wakes up
Shit.
and sees the 4 of you talking to Porky. He stands up quickly and brings to his side an axe and says, What is this? What is this foolishness? Who is in my bar?"
What? I thought this was Porky's bar.
I think
It
this
is-
is a perfect opportunity for
Apparently he
Sam
doesn't own
to
this.
Oh.
respond. He usually has the appropriate response to questions like that.
Sam?
It's putting Sam on the
Just
spot, Jesus.
Well, if I can get a word in. We're just a couple of peasants looking for an easy job to take on. If you know anything, good buddy.
Good buddy.
Do some more pit fighting.
Give me a persuasion check.
Lode nudges Sam. I think that was the last guy we were trying to convince of something. Never mind.
I got a 30.
A 30. So he, whew.
Very convinced.
He looks at you with confusion, looks at your weapons, and then looks back at Sam and says, you 4 seems like you'd be good pit fighters. Let me manage you. I'll manage your pit fighters. Have you seen the fighting ring out back? It's great accommodations. As long as you sign this, and out of nowhere he pulls out a contract. It's like scroll that goes down to his feet. So all you need to do is sign at the bottom line here. You can trust me.
Sounds great. I sign up with Sunset's name.
Well, I wasn't gonna sign with my own name, so
You walk up and sign with Sunset's name. I guess that's a persuasion check.
Yeah? Or deception?
Jesus Christ.
Man.
25.
Nice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
As you sign, he pulls it away from you, looks at it, reads it, and says, "Oh yes, yes. Initial here and here. Give me your social security number, date of birth." He says, "Okay, Sunset." Looking at Sam. And he squints again. He says, "You seem really familiar. Have I met you before?"
I doubt it. First time in this crap hole town.
Okay, and with that, without warning, the double doors at the front of the Unicorn's Bounty crash open, and with that, the fog outside has become almost impenetrable to see through. And it kind of floods into the space, and basically the whole room is now filled ankle high with mist.
Oh.
And through the mist walks a giant, like 8-foot tall figure, strides into the room, covered in armor, intricately detailed in green carvings.
Hmm.
Try to get out of here later.
Yep.
This is the first battle? Let's go.
You did that on purpose.
And the four
was
of you are
waiting for
standing
this.
near the stage now.
Yep.
Yep. And right away, the Green Knight turns to Sunset. Sunset, what was your last name again?
Shimmer.
He says, "Sunset Shimmer. It has been a year since you gained one strike upon me. Now I have come to ask for my one strike in return."
Let it not be said that I'm not a woman of my word. And I'll just present myself to him and see what happens.
Oh boy, okay.
Lode looks at Porky and says, 2 beers. Here.
Let's see here. Okay.
I still got the axe, so.
So, Green Knight, wouldn't it be more advantageous to wait another year and do 2 strikes?
Ooh, give me a persuasion roll.
Very smart.
Double down.
It's basically doubling down.
30.
Oh man.
What?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna retort with, that wasn't part of the deal.
So you're not into the doubling down?
Are you a knight of your word? Or are you going to let a third party direct your actions?
He did roll. Did you roll a nat 20?
It's a 19 plus 11.
Okay. It's not gonna work then. It had to be a nat 20. The Green Knight says, Who's holding his axe? You said Kalen's holding his axe?
Kalen is holding his axe.
Galen's got the axe.
Whoever wishes into... He turns to Sam and he says, "Whoever wishes to enter into my bargain may hold my axe. Sunset Shimmer's time has ended.
Uh-oh.
And now she will face our agreement." And with that, give me Kalen, give me a strength check.
Oh, I was gonna motion for Kalen to like produce the axe and like give it to him, or like take it from Kalen and then like present it to the Green Knight.
How the
Like-
fuck do I have just a strength saving throw or just a strength check?
A strength 6, not a saving throw.
I don't know. For whatever reason, D&D Beyond is like being super goddamn slow and resolving anything. 5.
Without warning, the axe was on your back, and without warning, you feel the axe literally pull away from you, and it pulls over your shoulder and flies into the hand of the Green Knight.
Mjolnir. Tink.
Basically.
Load hands one of the beers that he got from Porky to Sam, and just puts the stool and starts drinking.
Just
and watching.
wide-eyed, like not
Somewhere
even
he
looking,
got popcorn.
hands in the beer.
This'll be good.
This is awesome.
As this is happening, and you hand the beer to Sam, both of you eyes locked on the Green Knight and what's going to happen next. You realize that Darius is standing behind you, and he says, 2-to-1 odds on the Green Knight.
I'll take that bet. I don't know if I actually have any money, but sure.
How much money are you putting on the bet?
I mean, how much money would I have had when I was sitting in that room?
And he says 2-to-1, and then 5-to-1 odds for Sunset.
10 gold on the magic lady.
He's not
Versus
even going to
not
question the
Sunset.
fact that I am clearly Sunset versus the halfling that signed his name as Sunset.
Well, I mean, if it's 2-to-1 and then 5-to-1, I might as well put all your money half and half, and you'll get some. You'll
At least make all of your money back,
right.
or you'll make what would that be? 2.5 times your money back?
All right, I'll put 10 on the Green Knight.
10 on the Green Knight. Okay.
So you're betting against me. I see how
Sam's
it
got
is.
Sam's got 10 on you. I'll put 10 on the Green Knight. We've got our bases covered.
I want half of your winnings, regardless of who wins. My life on the line.
Well, if you're
Or
dead,
you're
you
not
don't
gonna
get it.
die. You'll be fine. Probably. Maybe.
Oh.
Who knows? We'll see.
I'll be fine.
I got faith.
So the Green Knight, the axe flies into his hand, and he steps up to you, and your head maybe comes to his chest maybe, and he's looking down at you, and he says, do you accept your fate?
Let it never be said that I'm not a woman of my word. I believe I already stated this.
He says, very well, and he takes the axe. He lifts it up with both hands. And he swings it down with all of his might.
Is he
What's your
actually
AC?
making an attack roll?
What's your
Well-
AC?
My AC is 18.
Okay. Okay.
And he's actually making an attack roll? Okay,
18.
that's good.
Okay. 2 of 3 of 3 of the attacks hit.
Oh, so hold on. What is it? Does it hit a 23?
The first, yes, it does.
Okay.
I thought it was one strike.
It should have only been one strike, but okay, that's fine. He said nothing about me being able to defend myself, and the best way I can defend myself is casting shield, which I did, which is why I asked if it hit a 23. It still did, but I will earn the spell slot anyway.
Okay. Take 29 points of damage.
Cool. That puts me at 27. Just
He
under half.
He swings down and basically cleaves you, I don't know, kind of like hits your shoulder and then kind of comes down your torso and really damages you.
Oh yeah, I'm on my knees.
That is his initiative step. What would you like to do?
Attempt to stand up and say, does that conclude our business?
You stand up, you say that to him, and he again lifts his axe and rests it on his shoulder. And he says, you have proven to be an honorable opponent. I wish you good tidings and good fortune in your future. With that, he turns to Sam and Kalen and Lode, and he presents the axe to you with open palms. And he says, who wishes to take one strike from me, on me?
It's really not that bad, guys.
I mean, I just barely got a new great axe from Ugrit, but Lode raises his hand.
No!
Raises his hand. Because I can actually use that thing.
The Green Knight takes the axe, slams it into the ground, like, wedges the axe head into the ground directly in front of you, and then kneels and bows his head and exposes the back of his neck to you.
Okay, so that's just an attack roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to go in? Do you want to enrage?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I should do that. I enter rage, and then reckless attack, because that gives me advantage. 16.
With that, you pick up the axe and look at it, with your eyes wide and smiling. You raise it up, and in your excitement, your palms get sweaty, and you want to hit him. You overdo it and want to hit him really hard. It slips out of your hand, and you end up just hitting him with your fists in the back of his head. Not doing any damage. And with that, he stands up and says, in 1 year's time, I will get one strike against you. And with that, he turns on his heels and walks out the front door. And with him, the mist on the floor kind of like follows him out the door. And mysteriously, without control, the doors slam shut behind him. Now I gotta think of a reason to have another year-long time jump.
Yeah, I figured out reasonably safe since you already did it once.
Yeah.
Be that predictable, right?
So you now have the Green Knight's axe. It is a Berserker's axe?
Yeah, that's what we determined it was.
Yeah, Berserker's axe.
Berserker's battle axe.
Where are you? There we go.
Berserker battle axe or Berserker great axe?
Berserker's great axe, that's what it is.
Oh, we had battle axe written down, I think.
I've got Berserker axe, that's what I want.
Okay.
You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. In addition, while you are attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have attained.
So, yeah, that's the battle axe. Berserker battle axe. And then it also has the curse.
Yeah, the curse. You want to keep it within 60 feet of you. If you take damage, I gotta successfully do a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or else you become berserk.
Must use your action each round to attack.
Yeah,
the
you
creature
like
nearest
have to go to the nearest enemy and attack it.
which I would
So-
probably do anyways, so that's fine.
Well, it just says nearest creature.
Oh yeah, so you potentially could go berserk and attack your friends.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's the mummy's curse all over again.
Interesting. Okay.
As the doors slam
You
shut,
don't have to attune to it.
you actually don't actually. As the doors slam shut, there's complete silence for a minute. And then from behind everyone, you hear a voice say, I call that a draw. No winnings.
Oh, and then he takes all the money.
We don't even get our money back.
No, he gives the money back to you, but you...
You don't get any winnings. I mean, I wasn't going to continue fighting him.
Take another swing for a bonus.
No. The deal was 1 year, I take a swing at him, he gets to swing at me a year later.
Mhm.
If the axe had had other magical properties that would have benefited me more, I would have used it. It did not.
All right, so with that, Darius kind of saunters back to his throne in the middle of the Unicorn's Bounty and says, actually, he says, what are you four strangers doing in my inn? Do you wish to compete? It seems Sunset here, pointing at Sam, has decided to join my stable of gladiators.
This guy really isn't very observant, is he?
Probably
He has failed a few perception checks.
Oh, I was meaning the direct. Somebody came in, directly called me Sunset,
Yep.
and that whole thing, and wow. I'm just gonna kind of look at him kind of with my head cocked to the side and be like, really? Just like,
He says, what brings you here?
Here for
just
a drink.
catching up with an old friend.
Ah, and what old friend is that?
Did you not just see what happened?
The green guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Green
oh,
Knight.
oh, that's right. Is he your friend?
He didn't kill me, did he? I say as I'm probably like profusely bleeding from a giant gash.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh. That is going to be a 20. Not
He
natural.
says-
But it is a 20.
He says, oh, yes, of course. You two look like good friends, old friends. Well, of course. I've got old friends too in the city. I've got lots of friends. I've got friends bigger than that guy.
I feel like I've successfully intimidated him with this persuasion check. He's trying to talk his way out of it.
Yes, yes. I know all the people of importance in this city. I even met the Duke once. You should follow me around. I could show you a few things in this city. What were your names again? You, the short one. You're Sunset, right?
Yep, that's me.
We generally call him Sam. Clearly short for Sunset.
Yeah, of course. Sam is short for Sunset. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. What are your names?
My name's Load. I would join your fighter stable, I suppose.
Oh, great. I have another contract right here. Sign at the bottom line. He puts it in front of you.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yes,
It's a
you
whiz
can.
save, so I'm gonna fail it, obviously. But
No, it's your choice to sign it or not. But if you want to read it or realize what's on the piece of paper, or
I rolled a 3. I sign it.
So after you sign it, I'm gonna whisper in your ear and be like, "You know this guy works for Calypso, right?"
Maybe it's a way to get to her.
Who's gonna enforce the
I didn't
contract?
know that, apparently. I'm just a
And
straight up idiot.
and with that he says, "Ah, very good. Another. You do look. You look strong. You look strong, good dwarf." And he kind of pats you on the head, and he rolls up the contract and slips it into his pocket.
I heft my new axe in front of my face very excitedly. Check it out.
Pretty good
He
act.
says, "What about you? The two elves, the two Sylvan elves. Do you want to be a fighter for me? The best fighters in the world fight for me."
Won't have any business with a dread elf.
Oh, come on. Let's be bygones, right?
Eons can go by, and your kind will always be nothing but trash.
Give me an intimidation check.
Please roll high.
Stand by. That's gonna probably pass. So 19 plus my modifier, whatever that is. Wait, intimidation?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an 18.
He says, "Oh yeah." Fear kind of comes into his eyes, and he says, "Yes, I know. The ancient Sylvan elves are very dangerous, and that's what I want you to fight for me. I could even introduce you to the Calypso, my boss. Yeah. She would love to meet you."
Is he literally peeing himself as he's talking? Because it kind of sounds like it.
Yeah. He's
Yes.
had a very large couple of minutes here.
Yes, I think we would like to speak with Calypso.
No.
No, we don't.
No,
No, we don't. Okay, but not today.
not at this time.
Not at this time.
Never mind.
That's perfect. You can fight in the pit this afternoon, and then we could go see Calypso tonight.
Just go back to your table, and we'll come to you if we have questions. Wait.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's gonna be
16?
yeah, it's 16.
That's a 16 on dice. So what is that with the modifier?
No, it's a 17,
17
on
on
dice,
dice.
16 actual, or calculated, whatever. So
And he says that. Oh yes. That's probably probably a good idea. And he I'll be over there. And he walks over back to his chair and kind of sits and looks at you awkwardly from across the room. Kind of looks down, looks at you, looks at the ground.
nice. So, okay.
Beautiful.
Well, we have an intro on demand if should we be inclined.
That we do.
Want to do?
Well, I think we're done here.
Okay.
We can probably leave.
So where to now? Go to the keep.
We
Go
should
say hi.
probably leave.
Leave and go where? Back to what?
Let's exit.
Okay. Right. We're gonna
So we
leave the inn.
exit.
Okay.
We exit the inn.
We exit the end. Fine.
And we know this guy works for Calypso. Why would we discuss our plans in front of him?
Yeah. Seems reason, logic to go with that. All right. So
So-
we're outside.
We're
and-
outside and walking. Yes, we
And
should
we're
probably
walking.
head to the keep.
Okay. We'll go to the keep.
All right. So
what's left of it.
as you head to the keep, and you're just walking. You're not trying to stealth or anything. You're just walking normally.
Yep. Just going on a stroll on the mid-morning.
Yep.
No one will know.
Okay. As you head toward the keep, you pass by the courtyard in the center of the city, which previously had the giant statue of the lady in the center of it.
Mhm.
But as you enter the courtyard, which is sparsely filled with people, mixture, mainly nobles here, people dressed in fine garb. The statue of the lady is missing.
Oh.
And what has taken its place is a statue of 3 individuals standing together. 2 elves,
Oh God.
both with flowing robes, and the elves are holding up weapons to the sky. And in between them is the depiction of this halfling, but it's like his shirt is like splitting open, and he's got like a 8-pack, and he's got huge pecs, and he's like heroically like doing a muscle man pose, reaching toward the sky like in a Hulk Hogan pose.
Solid.
Oh God.
So there's a statue of them, but nobody recognizes them because the statue doesn't look anything like they do.
Mm.
You hit the nail on the head.
Fantastic.
Of course, we recognize this for what it is, as it being a statue of us, right?
Yes. It's obvious that the city has glorified the 3 adventurers who went down and killed the first Doer sister and stopped the undead flood, while everyone assumes that you killed the rest of the Doer sisters in the catacombs also. And you notice because on the statue, beneath the feet of the 3 figures are the bodies of 4 women with twisted faces, like evil fangs and big furrowed brows and pointy ears and demon faces.
20 years don't make demon faces.
Yeah, they do. I nudge Sam and say, wow, that halfling is really jacked.
And he's got and the most interesting part is
Is it just like a pile of tankards underneath him?
So for one of the elves is holding this giant engraved beautiful axe in one hand, and the other one is holding up to the sky what looks like a phallus in her hand.
Beautiful.
And
Never
that's
gonna live that
how
down.
that is how the three of you are immortalized in the city of Cantamont.
Is there something
Well,
you
it's
guys
not.
didn't tell me about what happened before you came down to the catacombs?
So load, you definitely like. There's the interpretation of these three is so out of whack from reality that you don't make the connection that these statues are. Actually, go on, give me a perception check, an insight
Okay,
check, an
sweet.
insight check, insight.
It's a 10.
Okay, no, you don't.
Sweet. Again, I
Um,
say that halfling is really jacked.
Who's that? Who's that jacked halfling?
That's Sam's cousin, Jack.
He's a famous pit fighter too.
I mean, do we just kind of keep walking past the statue?
Yeah, it's up to you, Load, if you want to make a more of a deal about it.
I mean, I just see a weird statue and kind of keep going. That elf has a dick in her hand. It's weird. This place has changed.
I mutter
And
under
then I
my
just keep
breath.
walking.
I mutter
Yep.
under my breath. It's not as weird as you might think.
It's actually pretty accurate.
Um,
There was a period of time where I do believe I walked through the city with a wood dildo in my hands.
so as
only
you
to
walk
end
by,
up dropping
you
it to Sam's drink.
what was that?
Only to end up dropping it in Sam's drink.
Yeah, true.
It was his after all.
It's just like yesterday.
As you continue walking along, three of you mumbling to yourself and Load kind of looking up at the statues like, oh, that's weird. You make it to the keep. Here you find the keep has not only the gates been drawn to the keep, but the gates have been barred and like wood and iron strapped horizontally on the gate to seal it shut.
Meaning, like, they couldn't open it if they wanted to, or...
Meaning this entrance, the main entrance, is no longer in use. Yeah, they couldn't open it.
Fair enough.
Ah,
Without,
okay. Well,
much
we can-
ordeal.
we can go around to the other entrance we know about. As we're moving that way, considering the state of the main gate, I'm going to turn to Sam and ask, hey, do you happen to still have any of those gold dildos?
Just these two.
The dual wielding,
Just
the
two.
dual wielding, the dual
Just
wielding
two.
gold dildos.
Just two, right. So
Here in public? Are you sure?
we may be able to persuade people that we are who we say we are by perhaps striking a similar pose to the statue. Might I borrow one of those for some time?
Well, of course. Just don't give it back.
Wash it before you give it back.
And then I'm going to turn to Load and say, I'm going to need you to give the new axe to Kaylin for a small amount of time.
Fair enough. I hand it over.
So, wait. So, question: did you attune to the axe or not?
That takes a number of hours equal to the item's level. He has not had a chance to do so.
Do you wish to attune to the axe?
Oh, hold on, let me read this one more time.
+1 to hit, +1 to damage.
That occurs
For
regardless
attune.
of whether he attunes.
Really?
Really?
I thought it was. I
Yep.
thought that
I thought it was a
you-
word.
Nope.
So what's
The
the benefit?
plus
What's the
one-
benefit of attuning?
In addition, while you are attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have attained.
Yeah,
So
you get a bunch more life.
you get, at this point, 9 more life.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's nothing to sniff at.
No, but
but I
Berserker
also might end up
Axe.
attacking you guys.
yeah. So the
And it involves a wisdom save, which we all know I'm just terrible at.
Perfect. Absolutely
this-
perfect.
You could not
historically
have picked
speaking-
this any better.
Nope.
What's the actual advantage to attuning to it? The
Well,
hit
that-
points,
The advantage
just
is
the hit
the
points?
max
just
hit
the hit
points.
points. Just the hit points, because the +1 to attack and damage rolls is regardless of whether or not you attune to it, because it is a magic weapon, and that's just standard magic weapon bonuses.
I'm not going to attune to it at this time, if that's an option.
That is an option. Okay.
If it's a now or never, I choose never.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I already have 95 HP and take half damage from basically everything.
Let me see. What are the actual rules for attunement? To form a bond with them. This bond. Attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it. So it takes an hour. This can't be the same short rest used to learn the item's properties. This focus can take the form of weapon practice for a weapon, meditation for a wondrous item, or some other appropriate activity. If the short rest is interrupted, the attunement attempt fails. Otherwise, at the end of the short rest, the creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words. So you have to spend a short rest specifically thinking about the item, probably
Just
using
thinking
it as-
really hard about it.
Well, I mean, because it's an axe, he could use it in like a practice session. You know, as we used to say in one of my other campaigns, he could practice his kata.
All right. So you're not attuned to the axe, so you
No,
can
thank
give
you.
it up if you want.
Yes, I hand it over for the glamour shot here.
Okay. What are you gonna do with the glamour shot here?
Well, no, the idea is that if anybody questions who we are from this point on, we can attempt to strike the pose from the statue with the appropriate items in hand, and with any luck, convince them of our.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You head around the keep and go to the back door that you went in previously. This door is also barred shut.
So I knock on it.
Yeah, sure. Can't hurt.
We've had
You
to
knock.
knock on it. I'm pretty sure it's been barred shut previously as well. You couldn't just open it.
You knock 3 times. And then through the door, you hear a voice that says, "Who's there?"
The heroes of legend.
You'll have to be more specific.
He says, I hear the voice say, "Are you joking?"
No.
Then you hear the voice, or give me a persuasion check, I guess.
Do 25.
25? What did you roll?
17 plus 8.
Yeah, you hear the voice say, "Heroes of legend." One moment, and you hear muffled footsteps. Then, about a couple minutes later, 5 minutes later, maybe, a head pops over the side of the keep, looking down at you. And he says, and with a distant voice, you hear a voice say, "You're no heroes. What do you want?"
We are the heroes depicted in the statue in the courtyard.
And we expect, and we want our due.
The count would, the Duke would recognize us immediately. We do seek an audience.
The guard says, well, I guess give me another persuasion check. Give me another persuasion check.
Well, if it helps at all, I do have the dildo in my hands.
Give me the persuasion check. Give me the persuasion check.
Oh, you're not gonna like this. That's gonna be a 27.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was a 19 plus 8.
Nice.
The guard says, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's the heroes, oh my god, and he's looking around, like trying to figure out, it's like, but the keep is sealed, I can't let anyone in. You guys are so cool. Oh my gosh.
Surely you can let us in. I mean, what are we gonna do?
He says, but the only way things get into the keep is through a lever system where we bring in supplies.
Okay. Where are you bringing in supplies?
Sounds interesting.
Tell us more.
Could you lower down a rope?
He says, and he points back to somewhere in the front of the keep, and he says, near the front gate there is an elevator. I can let you in.
Meet us there. Well,
so you go back around to the front of the gate. She lowers like basically a large. He lowers like a large basket, basically, which is an elevator. And which basically can like carry one person max.
Sam and I jump in it the first time. That's like one person.
Honestly, it probably could take both of them at once if it's just one person.
Let's see here if they pass a strength test. Hold on.
Although I was going to go first since I have done the talking up until now.
Too slow. They jumped in the basket.
I
were too
realize
excited.
this. It's.
There's two of them. They pull on the rope, and you hear it tense, and you lift off the ground slightly, but then it slams back down really quickly. And he says, "It's too heavy."
Fine.
I'll jump out then.
I think we both jump out, let Sunset do her thing.
All right, I'll go up. If
Okay, so they pull the rope, and it starts going up, and you get to the top of the keep, and he lets you in, and he reaches out his hand all shaking. He's like, "Oh my god, your Sunset, the Sunset. How did you get here?"
it's a long story and I don't want to tell it more than once.
Let's see here. Give me a second. With a, give me a perception check, Sunset.
Oh, god damn it. 1.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Oh shit.
As you step off the elevator onto the top of the keep, and you're talking with this guard who's starstruck, let me think here, hold on. A figure walks up behind you. And without warning, the figure pulls out a sword and slices the rope that holds up the basket,
Oh no.
causing the basket to fall to the ground and crash. The Sam, Kalen, and Load, give me a dexterity check. Or dexterity saving throw, actually.
Ten.
A 13.
25.
Kalen and Load jump out of the way very easily. Sam, by the skin of your teeth, you jump out of the way of the falling basket as it slams on the ground in front of you, splintering and just cracking open. Sunset, as you turn around to face the individual, you notice that the guards that are standing around, the guards that had pulled you up in the basket, are staring dumbfounded at this person. As you turn around, standing before you in full Equitanian armor and a golden crown on his head, is the Duke.
Duke. Wow, that's a shitty move.
Yeah. What?
And with that, he says, Sunset, she has been waiting for you to return this whole year. Come with me.
Oh, Jesus.
And he turns around and walks towards the stairs.
I mean, I don't think I've got any choice but to follow him, so...
Yeah. You do what you gotta do. I'll hang out.
I mean, I guess I could just teleport away and then
No.
teleport back 3 times.
Since we have covered that
I can do
this
that.
is possible.
This is 100% possible.
All right, so you are following him down the stairs into the keep. Sam, Kalen, and Load, what would you like to do?
Well. We're still sort of stuck, right? Now that the basket has been slashed.
So the basket has been slashed. The basket's destroyed on the ground. There is still enough rope hanging from the pulley system that if they let it down to you, you could use it.
Okay.
Or
Hey
you
guys,
could,
can you give us
or
a
you
hand
could
up?
just try to scale the walls.
We'll ask. Hey, can you guys throw us down the rope so we can?
Give me a
Join our
persuasion check, please.
Okay.
Go, Caleb, go.
I'll be right back while this is going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, what's my persuasion? So, 6. Is that good enough?
A 6 is not
Did
good
you just
enough.
roll a 16?
What?
Did you just roll a 16?
No, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I'm rolling on roll 20 because there's too much lag for D&D Beyond.
Right, I see that. I just see a 16 and not a 7.
I see a 17 like 5 times in a row.
Oh, it was 16. Oh, okay. I guess it was a 16. So I guess it's a 15. I was looking at a prior roll, I guess. I had zoomed in, so I wasn't scrolled in. So
A
yeah.
16. So yeah.
Yeah, good enough.
The guards up the at the top of the keep are very dumbfounded, but they also are mesmerized by your fame, and they let down the rope as far as it will go. The end of the rope is still a good 7-8 feet above you, the end of it, when it's fully down.
Okay. So I can try climbing the wall to get up to where that rope is.
Yes. All three of you can do that.
What check?
That would be a strength check, athletics.
For acrobatics, potentially.
Maybe strength or athletics. Probably athletic. I think that would be an athletics check. Climb, sheer. Yeah, it's athletics. So.
Climbing is athletics.
Yeah. Oh. So.
A crit.
A crit.
18.
A crit 18.
Yeah.
-2.
So yeah, you
Hold on.
kind of like
Success.
bound off the broken basket on the floor, bounce off the wall, grab the rope, swing on it a little bit, and then pull yourself up.
Very glamorous. I like
Did-
it.
Was that just 20 minus 2?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it should be D20. But I think that's the best way to. He goes like, that doesn't look
Caitlin's
right.
cheating.
Yeah.
I got a 25.
So, sorry. I know same team and everything, but
The double. It would have been a 6 because it rolled an 8, so it would be 6.
Yeah, that's not quite enough. You jump,
Not quite.
bounce off the wall, go for the rope, miss the rope, fall to the earth, fall over.
Okay.
Rolled a 25.
You roll the 25. You just brute force it and just jump like from the ground with your full strength, and just got some dwarf hops, and grab the rope by its end and just brute strength pull yourself up.
you should have thrown Kaylin up first. And probably
Or-
Sam as well.
They can lower a rope and pull me up. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're not there anyway.
This is all the
No,
room
that's
we
true.
have.
Sam, what do you want to do?
I rolled a 17 on the athletics check.
Yeah, but you get up there also. So Kaylin's the one left on the ground.
All right. Someone lower me a rope that reaches the ground, or a loop, ideally,
So from the
so I don't have
bottom
to
of
hold
the
onto
rope,
it.
you said the bottom of the rope is like 7-8 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
No one carrying their 50 feet of rope. Does that
Wait,
not a part of the
if it's
standard
only
pack?
7 or 8 feet off the ground, aren't we like 7 feet tall?
Well, if not, I go to the bottom of the
Can-
rope, stick a
Can't
hand
you
out
jump a
for
foot?
Caitlin.
Evidently, Kaylin can't.
I
So what? Can I get this at advantage if someone from the top is helping me get up there?
I think Lode's got the right idea. He's grasping the rope with one hand, the end of the rope with one hand, has got his other hand down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can now attempt to climb the rope with Kaylin in your other hand.
Oh, all right. Crit. Done.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Like the strongest man competitions on ESPN, the Ocho 8, you just like brute force it. And
I like to think from the bottom of the rope, he just one hand throws Kalen up to the top of the wall and then climbs up the rope the rest of the way.
or no, he's literally one-handing, like pulling himself up, grabbing higher, pulling himself up, grabbing higher with one hand.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the three of you make it to the top of the keep. This has been a solid 10, 15 minutes since sunset went down. So we're going to jump over to sunset.
Fantastic.
As you are guided down, you're following... Give me a perception check first off.
If you roll another one, I'm melting you down. Well, it's a 12. You said perception?
Yeah.
So that will be a 17.
Okay. You definitely notice that the Duke is walking unnaturally. He's rigid and stiff. Not the kind of like good manners, but like smooth and gliding person he was before. You get to the bottom of the staircase, and you are now in the grand meeting hall of the keep, where you did before. Previously, at the end of the keep, there were two thrones. One was the Duke's and one was the Duchess's. Now there is one giant throne, which looks like the two thrones have been scrapped, and then one giant throne has been built from its pieces. And sitting on that throne with a weary, bent over face, like hunched over, is loads back. Sitting on this giant throne in the middle of the great room of the keep that the Duke is walking directly toward is a figure that is hunched over, that is kind of its face in its hands, and she lifts up her head, and it is the Duchess sitting in this throne. It looks like that the room has been used as a storing space. There's bits and pieces everywhere. It's not clean and pristine like it used to be. And the entrance to the great room has also been barred shut, just like the doors to the keep. And sitting and the Duchess raises her head, looks at sunset, and instead of everyone you've run into so far who has seen you has lit up with excitement when they realize who you are, she sees you and just gives a kind of a wicked frown, an unhappy scowl at you. And with that, I think we're going to call it quits for the evening. We're at 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay.
But you have one question, Sunset? Go for it.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Knowing how the Duke was under the influence of Vespasian's amulet before, do either of these two look to be under the same influence?
Give me an Arcana check. Because you have in your possession Vespasian's amulet.
No.
Oh, you handed
have-
off to Calypso.
Yeah,
Oh, you
we
gave it to
gave
Calypso. You're right.
Yeah, we
You're
gave Vespasian's amulet to Calypso. We have a Scarab Amulet, which was the same amulet that
Which is the
Lode
undead
and
amulet. Yeah,
Uvre-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So first, give me an Arcana check, and then also give me a Perception check.
Well, it's a natural 1 on the Arcana check, 5 total if it matters. And then the Perception is going to be 19.
You cannot tell if the Duke. First of all, you can't tell if the same amulet, what the effect is on the Duke, or if any magic effect is happening on the Duke at all. Second off, from what you can see, you cannot see Vespasian's amulet anywhere. Like, you don't see it on the Duchess or anything.
Well, right. I wouldn't have expected it to be. I would expect the amulet to be in Calypso's possession. The amulet was always in Vespasian's possession. He just was controlling the Duke in some fashion, using it. That's what I was trying to discern, was whether or not either the Duchess or the Duke were under the same sort of influence as they were previously.
You can't tell, but you're in a little bit of state of shock. You rolled low, so you can't tell.
Yeah, reasonable.
But yeah, let's call it quits there. I've gotta go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. I'm an old man.
Yep.
Sorry there wasn't much action in that episode, but hopefully we'll get some more action next time.
Hey, I took more damage than I think I've ever taken.
Kill civilians.
All right, and I'll ask you the same question we ask at the end of every show. What should the title of this episode be?
Return of the Green Knight.
Return of the Green Knight. Nah, it's too much of a giveaway. I want people watching this to be like, oh, it's the Green Knight.
Okay.
The Mist Monster.
It's pretty obvious there's a time jump, so maybe something like Back to the Future or something like that.
Promises Fulfilled.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
If anyone's still
repaying
watching,
a debt,
repaying a
something
debt.
like that. I don't know.
If anyone's still watching, please like and subscribe. Have a good evening. See you next week.